All right, looks like we're live here. Hey, this is Rob Breedlove with Jenlin Systems. I've got Rick Felder from the Hearing Centers of Arizona in Casa Grande with me. And we're doing a little interview. Both of us are interviewing from home in our home offices. Rick, how are you?
I'm doing good, doing good. Thank you for asking. How are you doing?
Oh, it's a great day. Thanks for taking time. This is our second go around, everybody. Rick was kind enough to do an interview that did not record. So we're going to start out. We're just going to take 3-5 minutes here. And I want, Rick, if you wouldn't mind, just share with everyone how you found Jenlin Systems.
Well, I'm always on the lookout for opportunities to find better options for marketing and advertising that bring my cost per prospect down. And I've been part of AHA for a long time. And so Diana, my main contact over there, Diana Dobo at AHA, had discussed this opportunity at one of the meetings. And I actually missed that meeting, but she passed the information on to me via email. And I reached out to her and she gave me some more information, and then put me in touch with you. And we had a phone meeting or two, and then we were off and running.
Nice. Okay. That's great. It was simple. I remember talking to you and you're like, no, it makes sense. I love what you're doing. Want to change. I don't know that you wanted to change things up. You just wanted to maybe stay ahead of the curve. I don't remember what it was you made you decide, but maybe
Well, I did learn a long time ago, I don't see patients in the office. My task is marketing, advertising, community outreach. And so I realized long ago that you can't put those plans and the things that you're doing in those areas on cruise control. You never find that magic bullet and just cruise through for the rest of time. You've always got to be looking for new opportunities, things that are working now that maybe do better than what's already happening in the business. And so I'm always on the lookout for that kind of thing. And Diana, knowing that that's the case with me in our practice, and most of the practice she worked with, I believe, are the same way. Brings these opportunities to us, knowing they won't be wasted, knowing that we're going to look into them and explore them and utilize them if it looks like it's going to work. And that was the case here.
Awesome. So thank you. That was very kind. I like to think we're working very well together. Can you tell everyone how many leads did you purchase? Do you get on a monthly basis, and what do you like about the leads and the flow?
Well, we get 25 a month. And what I like about it is the pace at which they come. I never liked the idea of hoping to make my whole month on a big direct mail campaign and make the whole month in a week. And everything, all my eggs are in that one basket, so to speak. And hopefully that week goes well. Hopefully people see the mail and they call and they come in and they get fit and everything. And it was always stressful to me to have to rely on that approach. So I'm always looking for ways to spread it out and get a more even flow of leads, no matter where they come from. And that's the great thing about your program is it's like gentle waves of the ocean coming in. I'll get 2 or 3 leads in a day or two, and then a day or two break, and then 2 or 3 or 4 more leads, and then 2 or 3 days break. And it's just like nice waves washing up on a beach that you can easily handle. It's not one big tidal wave that just blows you over and knocks you down. And it's also not just a flat, calm sea. It's just those nice, gentle waves is the best way I can describe it. So it's an even pace. It can be spread out across the month. It's easy for the staff to manage. And, it's a real winner.
I love it. Thank you. We appreciate that too. And we love working with you. I got a couple more questions and we'll head off and let you get back to your day job. And I appreciate that. If someone is looking at working with us, and we're talking to the AHA group right now, but there could be other providers out there that are not part of AHA, but what do you recommend? You've got a very successful model with what you're doing. How do you recommend they handle this, and tell them what they should and shouldn't expect?
Well, the main thing is to, get proper expectations. Let me tell you what this is not. It's not just some magic bullet that's going to send 25 or whatever leads a month of people who are just eager to run in the front door and throw a check at you before you say a word to them. It's not going to work that way. This is meant to deliver, a reliable source of quality leads, but you have to have processes in place that allow you to do everything you possibly can with those leads. If you don't have all those things in place, that means somebody dedicated that can respond to these leads quickly, By quickly, it doesn't mean a week or two or a day or two even. It means an hour or two at most. You got to have somebody dedicated to do that, whether it's your own employee or whether it's the AHA telemarketers, or somebody has to be ready to do that. Also, you got to be willing to be a little more aggressive with those calls than you might be on just a direct mail call. You know, if you mail somebody a letter and you call them, you're still kind of reaching out to them twice and trying to get them moving your way. But on these leads, they reach out to us. They complete an online form and we get an email. So they've contacted us, so to speak. So you got to be a lot more aggressive in these with the phone calls to these people. Don't be afraid to call them 2 times in a day, 2 or 3 days in a row. Leave a message with urgency. Hey, you want to be part of this study? Please, if you don't want to, call us and tell us that. But you have to call us back because, you know, we're part of a large study here and we need to make sure we respond and record that response with every person who's interested. So please let us know either way, and just become more aggressive with those phone calls than you might normally be. Also, make sure you're wringing everything you can out of those leads. Make sure that you've got the process in place to get them in, get them seen. All the things that matter anyway have to be in place. Marketing can't replace any of those extra items, but it complements them very well, this proper marketing.
That's great. Excuse me, Rick. Sorry, that is great. Well, we're happy to be working with you. We look forward to a long, fruitful relationship. I think we talked earlier, and we've got about 2 months under our belt into the third month,
Yes.
and it's flowing very nicely. Yeah, any last comments before we let you get back to your job?
The one thing I might say, you know, thinking back to when I first discussed it with you and having to, you know, it's never easy to shoehorn extra items into a marketing budget. And any successful practice is going to have a marketing budget. And any successful practice is also going to make sure they use all that budget, trying to find ways to get the prospects in, just to get them calling. And so, yes, it's not easy to shoehorn that in, but I would encourage people to, you know, look at their cost per prospect on other avenues. That's what I do with my direct mail, newspaper, other digital marketing. And if they're not getting in the range where we want to be, then we have to displace that and put it towards something that might. So you got to be willing to experiment. You also have to be willing for a month or two to maybe increase that advertising budget to fit something like this in, to test it and then track it closely. And if it's working, make it a permanent part of the budget or displace other things that aren't producing. And that can be tough. You know, I'm a big fisherman, and one of the big sayings we have is never leave fish that are biting to find bigger fish or other fish. And that can be hard in advertising when you've got some campaigns that are doing okay, maybe even pretty good. So, yeah, it takes a little bit of bravery, a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for, a little bit of faith to go ahead and spend a little money, add a little extra to the budget to test and track these things. And but it pays off. It's something we have to do.
Yeah. Well, Rick, we appreciate your time. Hope you have a beautiful day, and like we always do, we'll chat soon.
Yes. All right, sounds good.
Thanks, Rick. Bye-bye.
Yep.